You work hard, you follow the rules, yet wealth seems to slip through your fingers while others prosper effortlessly. What if the problem is not your work ethic, your intelligence, or even your circumstances? What if you simply have not learned the science behind wealth creation? In 1910, Wallace D. Wattles published a revolutionary book titled The Science of Getting Rich. This was not another motivational speech or collection of success stories. It was a systematic formula. Wattles promised that if you understood and applied the principles in this book with the same precision you use in mathematics, you could become wealthy. No exceptions. This book later inspired Rhonda Byrne to write The Secret. It influenced countless millionaires and entrepreneurs. The principles inside are based on what Wattles called New Thought philosophy, but the application is entirely practical. Today you will learn the exact mental and physical laws that govern wealth creation, according to Wallace D. Wattles. Wattles begins with a foundational concept that everything in the universe is made from what he calls the formless thinking substance. This is not religious doctrine. Though Wattles does reference a creative intelligence, it is a metaphysical principle. The formless substance is everywhere. It permeates all matter and all space. It is intelligent, and it responds to thought. When you hold a clear mental image in this substance, that image begins to take physical form. Think of it this way. A thought in the formless substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. This is the foundation of all creation. Every building, every invention, every work of art began as a thought. The difference between those who get rich and those who do not is that the wealthy have learned to think and act in a certain way that aligns with this creative process. Wattles makes a bold claim. Poverty is not noble. It is not virtuous. In fact, it prevents you from reaching your full potential. You cannot rise to your greatest possible height in talent or soul development unless you have money. This is not greed, this is necessity. To develop your mind, body and spirit, you need things. You need books, tools, education, experiences, time and freedom. Society is organized in such a way that you must have money to obtain these things. Therefore, the desire for wealth is actually the desire for a fuller, richer life. It is the desire for growth. Wattles argues that every person has an inalienable right to all the development they are capable of achieving. Your right to life means your right to be rich. This is the starting point. You must believe you have the right to wealth, and you must desire it without guilt or shame. Now comes the core teaching. There is a certain way of thinking that leads to riches. Wattles emphasizes that getting rich is not a matter of environment, talent, or luck. It is not about choosing the right business or profession. It is about learning to do things in this certain way. What is this certain way? It begins with a clear mental image. You must know exactly what you want. Vague desires produce vague results. You cannot get rich by sending out unformed longings and unclear wishes. You must form a clear, definite mental picture of what you desire. Hold this image in your mind with unwavering focus, but a mental image alone is not enough. You must also have faith. Faith, in this context, means absolute certainty that what you desire is already yours in the formless substance and is making its way to you. This is not wishful thinking, it is a scientific principle. When you hold an image with faith, you impress that image upon the formless substance. The substance then moves to create the physical manifestation of your thought. Wattles also emphasizes purpose. Your desire must be backed by a strong, consistent purpose. You must intend to get what you want, and you must hold that intention without wavering. Every day you must renew your vision and your faith. This is mental discipline, not magic. Here is where Wattles introduces the most critical distinction in the entire book. You must create, not compete. Most people operate in a competitive mindset. They believe that resources are limited. They think that in order for them to win, someone else must lose. They see themselves in a battle for scraps. This is the wrong way. The competitive mind keeps you stuck. When you focus on competition, you are focused on what already exists. You're trying to take a piece of a finite pie, but the universe is not finite. The formless substance is limitless. There is no scarcity except in the mind. The creative mind operates differently. Instead of competing for what exists, you create something new. You add value. You bring something into existence that was not there before. When you do this, you are working with the infinite supply of the formless substance. You are not taking from anyone. You are creating abundance. Wattles explains that opportunities are not monopolized. No matter where you live, no matter your current circumstances, you can get rich if you begin to think and act in the certain way. The key is to stop looking at what others have and start creating your own path. This leads to another vital principle. How do riches actually come to you? They come through other people. You do not create wealth in a vacuum. Wattles teaches that you must give every person more in-use value than you take from them in cash value. This is not charity. This is the law of increase. When you provide something that truly improves another person's life, you create an impression of increase. People feel that their life is better because they interacted with you. This feeling draws more people to you. It opens doors. It creates opportunities. Wealth flows toward those who consistently give more value than they receive in payment. This is not about working for free. It is about ensuring that every transaction you make leaves the other person better off. When you operate this way, you become a source of abundance. You are no longer competing. You are creating, and creation always leads to increase. Gratitude is the next essential principle. Wattles devotes an entire chapter to this idea because it is the bridge between you and the source of all supply. Gratitude keeps your mind connected to the formless substance. It keeps you in harmony with the creative forces of the universe. When you're grateful for what you have, you signal to the formless substance that you are ready to receive more. Gratitude is not just a nice feeling, it is a magnet for abundance. Wattles warns that if you allow yourself to dwell on negative thoughts, complaints, or dissatisfaction, you sever your connection to the source. You must maintain a constant attitude of gratitude no matter your current circumstances. This raises an important question. Which of these principles do you find most challenging to apply in your own life? Is it maintaining a clear mental image, or is it shifting from competition to creation? Let us continue to the final key ideas. Acting in the certain way is the final piece of the formula. Thought alone is not enough. You must take action. But not just any action. You must act in the present moment, with efficiency and without hurry. Wattles explains that you should do all that you can do today. Do it in a perfect manner. Do not rush. Rushing is a sign of competitive thinking. It comes from fear and scarcity. Efficiency, on the other hand, is doing each task completely and with focus. When you work this way, you're acting in harmony with the creative process. There is never any hurry on the creative plane. The formless substance works according to its own timing. Your job is to hold your vision, act on every opportunity that presents itself, and trust the process. If you are in doubt, wait, fall back, increase your faith and purpose, then move forward again. Wattles also warns against the temptation to dominate others. True wealth does not come from control or manipulation. It comes from serving others and adding value. The moment you try to dominate, you slip back into competitive thinking. You cut yourself off from the source of true abundance. Finally, Wattles emphasizes that you must do your current work in a way that shows you are moving towards something greater. Even if you are in a job you do not love, you must perform it excellently. This is not about settling. It is about signaling to the universe that you are ready for more. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Excellence in small tasks prepares you for greater opportunities. The most powerful takeaway from The Science of Getting Rich is this: wealth is not a matter of chance, luck, or circumstance. It is the result of thinking and acting in harmony with universal laws. When you form a clear mental image, maintain unwavering faith, create rather than compete, give more value than you take, practice gratitude and act with purpose and efficiency, you set into motion forces that will inevitably bring you wealth. This is not theory. This is science. The formula works for anyone willing to apply it. If you found value in this summary, subscribe to this channel. New book summaries are uploaded every single day to help you grow your mind and transform your life. And if this video gave you a new perspective on wealth, click the like button. It helps me understand what content serves you best. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next summary.